Hello guys, ang i-discuss ko po ngayon ay about sa swimming, yung mga technique po ng swimming, mga gagamitin pag magsiswimming. Pero magsisimula po muna tayo ngayon sa history of swimming. History of swimming, evidence of recreational swimming and prehistoric times has been found, with the earliest evidence dating to Stone Age paintings from around 10,000 years ago. Written reference date from 2000 BC, with some of earliest reference to swimming include the Odysseys, the Bible, the Beowulf, the Quran, and others. In 1828, first indoor swimming pool and St. George Bath was opened to the public, and in 1830, swimming emerged as a competitive recreation activity in England. And in 1837, the National Swimming Society was holding regular swimming competition in 6 artificial swimming pools built around London. And in swimming has a golden rule of water rescue. Never place yourself close enough to be grabbed by panicking victim. Always place distance and device between rescuer and the victim. Swimming sports is an individual or team racing sport that requires the use of one's entire body to move through water. This sport takes place in pools or open water. Example in a sea or a lake. Swimming skills is the self-propulsion of a person through water, usually for recreation, sport, exercise, or survival. Locomotion is achieved through coordinate movement of the limbs, the body, or both. Rescue swimming refers to skill that enables an individual to attempt a rescue when a swimmer is in difficulty. This includes a combination of communication skills, a specific rescue, swimming stroke and release, and evade technique for self-presentation should the rescue go wrong. Next is the rescue technique. The purpose of emergency response. Eye contact must be maintained at all times. Assess the situation. Attempt to establish voice contact. A rescue should enter the water only as a last resort. Kind of rescue technique. Reach the victim with your arm or leg. Wade. Test the depth with the long stick before wading in and then use the stick to reach out. Throw. Throw something that will float. Example yung salbabida. Row. Use a boat out of the victim, the wheel, 2 people in boat and 1 to help the victim. Type of swimming rescue approach. Front approach performed when the victim is passive. Back approach, backstroke style. Underwater approach developed into a master plan design. Floating techniques. Vertical survival float, typically used by swimmers with lower body fat who are not buoyant enough to stay near the water surface, using the horizontal survival float, prone float. Back float. Floating position on one's back with arms extended out of to the sides and face upward. Treading water. Swimmer in an up and down position like the vertical survival float, but the arms and legs are used to keep the head above the surface of the water at all times. Trouser inflation, a lower garment used by the victim, operative as a floating device. And last is the blouse inflation, a upper garment used by the victim, operative as a floating device. Safety consideration of rescuer. Rescuing a drowning person is the last resort, and you should do anything possible to avoid getting into a dangerous situation in the first place. If you have to make a rescue attempt, think of your own safety first and never put yourself in danger. If the rescue is too dangerous, wait until the emergency service arrives. And the swimming equipment naman po tayo. Yung first is the swimsuit. The right swimsuit fits close to your body and doesn't hinder movement para comfortable ka sa pagsiswimming. And the fins, paddles, and board just during practice lesson lang po. And the goggles are you to see underwater important and crowded pools or lap swimming when you need to see turns, walls, and barriers. Ang goggles po ay karaniwang ginagamit ng mga swimmer at mga feeling swimmer kaya ko. Ginagamit po ang goggles para hindi ma-irritate yung mata pag nagsiswimming ka po sa loob ng pool. Para pag ahon, hindi, doon po kasi nagmumula yung yung pamumula ng mata pag walang gamit na gagas. Kasi po yung mga pool po, meron pong naglalagay ng mga chlorine. Yun po. Swimming cap naman po is keeps long hair while you swim. Syempre, mahabang buhok para hindi ma-irritate yung mukha mo, ganun. Next is swim style in competitive swimming. The butterfly stroke, most difficult stroke that rescuer good technique as well as strong muscles. And backstroke, one of the 4 swimming style used competitive event and swim on the back. Yung patalikod po yun. Pagsiswimming. And the breaststroke, the swimmer is on their chest and torso does not rotate. And the freestyle stroke, also known as front crawl, is the fastest and most efficient of the competitive swimming stroke. The swimming technique naman na po tayo. Freestyle stroke, also known as the front crawl, is the fastest and most efficient of competitive swimming stroke. And the elementary backstroke, it is the easy to learn and useful for improving your self-confidence as a beginner. Elementary backstroke po, pag swimming, ginagawa ko naman po to pero hindi ko pa rin po talaga alam mag-swimming. Kahit elementary box, kahit anong kwan lang po, wala, hindi ko po alam mag-swimming. Nalulunod pa rin po. And next is the side stroke. The side stroke, the swimmer lies on one side with asymmetric arm and leg motion. Nakaside po siya. Breaststroke, the swimmer is on their chest and torso does not rotate. And konting kaalaman lang po about sa swimming is one of the most popular sports in Australia. Our nation is surrounded by water and swimming is one of our great passions. As well as being fun, swimming is a great way to keep fit, stay healthy, and make friends. Swimming is health activity that you can continue for a lifetime. It is a low impact activity that has many physical and mental health benefits. Thank you.